for a meditation meeting. They probably will, but for the best results, just tell them, hey, Bob, next Tuesday at 2, I want to meet you in meditation. And pick the place. I always recommend choosing a place that both of you knew well, whether it was out on the boat, sitting on the sofa, having some dessert or something like that, or sitting out back looking at your yard, because that will help you to visualize or imagine very clearly the place that you know. And then on the morning of your appointment, remind your loved one, send the thought, your appointment's today. I'm grateful for this opportunity to meet. When you take your morning shower, visualize the water as divine white light that washes away any doubt or any fears, anything that can get in the way. Pay attention to products you put on your body. I love rose lotion or lavender lotion, things like that just kind of cleanse away what I call OPE, other people's energies. They get stuck in our own. Remember, I'm more concerned about other people's energies than anything in the spirit world. And then about a half hour before appointment time, light a candle, play some music that's meaningful to you and perhaps to your spirit loved one too. Get yourself really, in that full vibration of this is happening, this is on. I even spray rose water on my heart chakra and all around me. I don't think you have to have sage. Some of the sage. Do you find that sage is a little skunky sometimes?
Well, I always associate sage with people do it to clear what they call negative energy. So I don't have the best connotation in my mind.
Yeah, I know. A lot of my clients tell me that, and I go, I just use rose water. You can get it like for $6 or $7, right? Because rose is a high vibrational flower. Now, do you really need to do all this stuff the morning of, and do you really need to buy all these products? No, but don't you want to have the best possible shot at making this happen? And I know that this stuff works. Okay, So now I'm going to take you to about 5 minutes before appointment time. Yeah, you've done your preparations, so you mentally go to that meeting place about 5 minutes ahead of the 2 o'clock appointment. And there's a couple things you can do. I call it a love light connection technique, where you visualize that you can see your loved one, sort of like you're watching them on a movie screen. You see them beautiful, healthy, happy, and whole, and then you visualize sending them pink light from the center of your chest, connecting with them, and then the two of you connect heart to heart. It's really a soul-to-soul connection, and go to that place that you chose. And, you don't have to think, pink light, pink light, pink light, pink light. I mean, that would be like work, right? Once you turn on that energy, it's on. It flows. Another way is to simply go in your mind to that place. Like I had a client that she would meet her loved one on the boat, and she could literally feel where she was seated, like it was rocking a little bit, like she was on the boat. And then wait and know that, the first time you do this, you might just sense your loved one. And you might wonder, the biggest question I have about this, Jamie, is, why didn't my loved one say anything? And I tell them, well, their presence is the message, and it's just going to take a little more practice, perhaps, to get words from them. But let that be enough. Whatever you get, let that be enough. And then after, remember to say, I love you and see you later. And please don't say goodbye. Please don't say goodbye. They don't like that. They never say goodbye. So acknowledge, I feel you. Acknowledge, I see you. And I'm going to see you later. See you next time. I know you're around. Because a lot of times, folks, keep in mind, your loved one doesn't always let you know that they're right there. They don't always let you know when you're in the kitchen making breakfast. They don't always let you know they're seated on the bar stool watching and smiling, because they don't want to interfere constantly in our lives. So know that they're around a lot. But the meditation meeting is so that you can really connect with them. And then give gratitude make a note about what happened. That's your keepsake, and that's also your guide about how the connection unfolds. So that, in broad strokes, is my recommendation for meeting and meditation.
I love it. That's beautiful. And I also do say speak out loud. I'm sure you say that too.
Oh, yeah. My spirit friends have told me, for especially the newer arrivals, it's easier for them to hear us when we speak out loud, and eventually they do get used to hearing our thoughts that we send them. Now, the thoughts that you have are safe, but the thoughts that you send, they do receive. But I'm wondering, I've always wanted to ask you, is it more for us most of the time to speak out loud? It makes it more real for us, right?
Well, also, too, because, again, I can't help my shrinkage background, right? So the incredible shrink. I'm an inch and a half shorter than I was when I got measured. Oh, it's so anyway. But the point is, but I digress. So the point is, when you're trying to work through, especially when you're trying to work through unfinished business or early trauma, very important, especially if you've been abused emotionally, physically, sexually, and there's this feeling of being a tongue-tied, powerless young child victim. By putting your voice in the air and hearing yourself say out loud whatever it is you never had the courage to say, this is what heals you, because the circuitry of your brain, your neurotransmitters, actually hear, I spoke up to so-and-so.
Oh, yeah. It makes it more real. It's concrete.
It's more real, and you actually hear yourself saying it, and it's more powerful to say it out loud and hear it. It has a profound effect on your own internal healing to say, I said it out loud. Because when you're a kid, so often you don't have words. You're nonverbal, you're pre-verbal. So you might think a lot of things. But it isn't until you say it out loud that it feels real to you. And that the resolution happens.
Yeah, and it brings us into what the heart math people call coherence, where we talk about being a higher vibration, and that is the energy of the heart. And speaking of coherence, I just have to give a plug to Soul Summit Scottsdale. We just opened up ticket sales for September in Scottsdale. This is the art of living your highest vibration. And we have John Holland as a headliner. We have Howard Martin from Heart Math. We have Suzanne Giesemann and a host of other people. And, it just shows you that now we're quantifying how the body and mind and soul are all connected in making contact with our spirit loved ones who are back at home. So it's great that all these scientists are coming forward and saying there are physical explanations for this contact, for this connection you have with your spirit loved one. It's not all in your mind.
Exactly, and you are on a mission to teach everyone how to make the reconnection real, how to become your own medium so that you don't become like a medium junkie where you're addicted. And I see that a lot with people. Oh, I need another reading, and I'm a junkie. I don't like that.
I call it psychorexia, because you're shrinking.
What do you call it?
Psychorexia. You need a psychic medium of psychorexia, because you're shrinking your soul power by relying on external means.
That's amazing. Mm-hmm. Amazingly accurate. So let's, in the last 2 minutes that we have on air, just leave everyone who's listening with one pearl of wisdom. That if there's one thing you want everyone to get out of this show, what's that pearl of wisdom?
Your loved ones in spirit know your sufferings. Your loved ones in spirit know your achievements, and they are proud of you for putting one foot in front of each other and continuing on your path until that day comes where you go home to the heavenly country where there is no pain, there is no death, and love truly does live forever.
Beautiful. Now, again, remind everyone how to get access to your course, your new book, your website, your social media, every way to reach you.
Thank you. I am everywhere as Carefree Medium. Everything, Facebook, Twitter, Insta, Carefree Medium, and the website's carefreemedium.com. I have a series starting in February where you can join me for 4 weekly seminars called Spiritual Explorers, where I have guests on, and you can actually ask the experts about their unique experiences. So just sign up for the newsletter at carefreemedium.com and let's stay in touch.
I love your site, by the way, because it's just very accessible. Everything is navigatable. I don't know if that's the word, but it's so easy to find what you want, all the things that you offer. And what's so wonderful about you is everything you're doing is service. You offer so much on the site. There's a lot of resources and information. It's just absolutely wonderful. And, everyone who has come into the Love Club following our webinar, where you brought your list into my webinar and introduced your people to me. They love you so, Susanne. They just love you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I hear the same thing about you. So I think we were definitely meant to meet. And I hope people do click on the resources and the articles and everything. There's so many resources there for you. And I have to say, I answered probably a dozen letters between Christmas or emails between Christmas and New Year's about people who were just absolutely bereft. And I just pointed them at websites, and yours was at the top of the list.
Oh, how sweet. That is so sweet. This is the thing. This is how I always knew you're the real deal. Because there isn't this constriction with you of, I don't want to share. Maybe I'll lose a client. You are all about what can I do to expand the other person. It's just absolutely beautiful. I
feel like when a friend and a colleague who I value achieves, we all achieve. That's what it's all about.
Right. We're on the same path. So I'm not going to step off the path. I'm just going to be closing the show and saying not goodbye, but I'll be talking to you very soon. And, my door is always open. Anytime you want to come back and visit me, love to have you. And I hope that this new year is really fulfilling and wonderful for you in every area of your life. And I know it is. I see that. So.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for coming, and I'll see you soon. See you next time on Love Never Dies Radio. Bye-bye.
This is Dream Vision 7 Radio Network, uniting mankind with universal love. Our shows are created from the heart, bringing each listener to a place of divine enlightenment. Breathe, relax, and enjoy. Let life flow.